lie. Here we
Humble
go.
Rooski.
Heart2Start Fantasy Podcast, man. Your boy Heart2Start Kev here. Guccini JD, the other guy, aka Kurt, the hostess with the mostest ships.
Ah,
Yeah, we here to give y'all what we've been giving y'all, some fantasy sleepers today. But I just want to say at the beginning, I can't really go too deep into it. But with everything that's going on in the world and everything specifically in the United States and everything we dealing with as a whole country, I just encourage everybody to get on the right side, which is the good side, because this is a battle of good versus evil. And we may not have all the answers of what we need to do to fix it, but everybody keep an open mind and just keep pushing for this equality and for all minorities in general.
be on the right side of history. And shout out to Jacob Blake. Hopefully he in good spirits and the family and all that, and hopefully he can be at ease, have a peace of mind one day, and live his regular life. So
Oh yeah,
I've been thinking about him for sure.
totally agree with these boys said, man. Change starts with within. You can't change the world unless you change yourself. Start within, man. So take a look at yourself, find out what you can do better with yourself, and then apply that to the change in the world, bro. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, we love everybody, bro. There ain't no hate, no, you know what I mean? That don't come up out of us, man. You know what I mean? So without a doubt, that's it.
All right, well, shit. Let's get to this fantasy, man, because that's what This is. I don't know about you guys, but fantasy is kind of an escape for me. You know what I mean? Not an escape like I just got a bad life. I love my life, but things to enjoy, give you other things to enjoy in life. The
Yeah, something
competition.
to look
That,
forward
what I
to,
mean?
and yeah,
Yeah.
for
So
sure, for sure.
but shit. With
And
that said,
it bond with it, I mean, this shit is bonding with our peoples too, though. Like our league, our main league, I don't know how many years deep that shit is, but you know, a lot of y'all done, you know what I mean,
Link up
then
every
grew
year.
up in together on everything. And how I came into y'all shit, I mean, I got to know and meet new people and whatnot and then bonded, you know what I mean? So that's how leagues be across America, especially when you got that core, you know what I mean? So just to touch on how it's in a little escape or something, you know what I mean? That shit is a bondage, bro. That shit is a brotherhood, sisterhood. If you got women in your shit too, which women play that shit, bro. You know what I mean?
It really
On everything.
is.
And it's some positive shit though.
Exactly. It's probably shit bring people together. It's people I grew up with in this league, but I only get to see them once a year sometimes.
Facts.
It's a trip, you know what I'm saying? And it's people that I known, like short amount of time, but grew into a bigger friendship because of fantasy football and because of leagues and stuff like that. So it's definitely a bonding experience, like JD was touching on.
for
So
sure,
yeah,
I agree,
right. Yeah.
100%. But I know it's draft season, man. A lot of people already drafted, or if they're smart, they waited to these last few weeks. You know what I mean? So we're gonna give y'all some sleepers, man. We did the AOB I mean, excuse me, the AOB is shout out to the AOB league. We did the Heart2Start dynasty draft, which is gonna be here for a while, and we
That shit
all
was
picked
real.
our yeah, it was real. We all picked our sleepers. You know what I mean? So we gonna give y'all the
Yeah.
nitty gritty of our sleepers. Actually, let's start off with a few injuries that we didn't heard about. We can start about with the maybe injury, but probably not. The Le'Veon Bell. The word was that Gates said his hamstrings was tight or whatever, and Lev Bell is saying they not even
Ain't
giving me
nothing wrong.
touches. Ain't nothing wrong with me. How am I gonna
Right.
get loose when y'all giving me? You know what I mean?
They standing around over there.
Can I ask y'all something about that real fast? Does the Kalen Balaj trade mean anything about him not getting no reps or anything? Does it mean a little smoke about he might be trying to ship his ass out or something?
I
Hundred
think ship
percent. Gates
out.
don't even want him. Gates don't want him there.
Guess he
100%.
didn't want him there in the first place, huh?
They shipping him out, bro. That's the only thing I can get from it. And I don't think they think Balaji is gonna come in and save him. You know what I mean? When they
Right.
ship Bell, but Gates was there when he got drafted. He
Playing
tried to
mind.
use him. You know what I mean? His best season,
Right.
Gates was using him. So
They drafted a running back this year in P. Ryan.
mhm.
Brought in OG Frank Gore. You know what I mean? There's a plethora of running backs over there. I just don't know if where there's smoke, there's fire on this little situation right here.
I mean,
Yeah,
come on, they
I
shipped
think.
Adams out, bro. Like,
Yeah, Gates. I don't think Gates know what he's doing. I'm not a big dude on blaming coaches for shit when shit going wrong. And I argue with my boy in another chat about this. About he think Gates is terrible. I'm like, I don't know. Like he ain't really have the talent, but I'm starting to think Gates is terrible.
You know what I found out, though, just last week listening to sports radio, bro, and I did not notice? The Jets went 6-2 in the last 8 games last year, bro.
Yeah, no, a lot of that was Darnold's fault. How you fucking going to mono?
And I give it to that defense, bro. The defense was playing good, bro. Even with the losses that they took, you know what I mean? The defense was playing good at a certain point. They was controlling the game, just running it a little bit at a time. You know what I mean?
Cut down the turnovers, and they have a stable quarterback situation. They're gonna be all right. But I think this is a do or die year for Gase. Sure.
Without a doubt, agreed.
The biggest one was David Montgomery. Everybody panicked. I know I went to try to trade every Montgomery owner when they didn't know what was happening, but it ended up being 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, I got a share in Montgomery. You know, I didn't panic, you know. But the league that I got him in, I was also deep at running back and, you know, made a trade with Cuzzo right there to get my running backs even more stronger, that stable that I got. So, you know, right off the rip, I didn't panic, you know what I mean, because I want to hear more further things. They did say when the injury came, he was able to walk off on his own power. But, you know, even that happens. We've seen that time and time again. You can walk off on your own power and still done tore something up.
Yeah, Clay Thompson shot 2 free throws.
Shit, we seen you was at the game. I brought this shit about Carson Wentz. You was at the game, seen it live direct. He came back in and for the 2-point conversion on a torn something. You know what I mean? So, you know.
What is this? I got a question for y'all. What does this affect? You know, maybe teams start looking at Devontae Freeman. Maybe the Bears go look at him because I don't know if Cohen can handle the whole load. And there's no preseason now, so it's 2 to 4 weeks, but that might turn into 5-6 weeks getting into game ready shape. So it might be time to
fantasy wise. He's on a no draft list for me now. It's over. Like I was hoping to get him a little late when people didn't really care about him. You know what I mean? Late in my mind. But fantasy-wise, I dealt with getting people that were injured and waiting on them. AJ Green last year, you know what I mean? Like you said, that could be 2 to 4 weeks, but it could turn into 5 to 6 games, game shape. So I'm not really
could be
ready.
A roster spot now, and you need them for COVID players maybe, and things a little different.
I can't do that. You know what I mean? I mean, definitely.
Hey, one thing is though,
No, I was just gonna say that Cohen definitely can't handle the workload. But go ahead, JD.
No, my bad, bro. I was just gonna say I was mad at the motherfucker that I couldn't put him on the IR spot and go snatch somebody though. It just said out. It didn't say, you know what I mean? So that IR spot is a little, you know, a little lifesaver to where you can go make a move.
I don't think it don't open up till the season start. I don't think.
Yeah. No, on the in our dynasty, that's where I got him at, is in the dynasty league. So I got a few players that's on the IR. Everything.
I got Debo.
Yeah.
IR what league?
Well, I had Debo on the IR, and then fucking Sony just got activated, so I had to throw him in the lineup. So I was trying to slide down though on everything.
Y'all making big moves already.
Hey, I took a first promotion.
2, 3 wire pickups, and he talking about my team the whole time.
Man, I talked about certain people. You know what I mean? You say it's the whole team. But look, what about Drake in the boot? Precautionary. I mean, to me that sounds like sprained ankle maybe, and we just go.
Just hearing boot, it seems scary for sure for owners, but they said it's cool. Just because it's in a boot don't mean it's broken. Like, yeah, probably a sprain, probably a high ankle sprain, something like that.
That boy said he was in the boot around this time last year too, jokingly too.
Henry was. But like I said, that could just be a little sprain, and they like, instead of even playing, let's just get you all the way right. You know what I mean? You know, I'm gonna say this. I probably won't draft him as high as I did, just knowing that, because I'm scared of injuries, bro. I'm sorry, that's just me. Y'all can call it what you want.
Injuries gonna happen, bro. It's football. Football hurt.
They are gonna happen, but why get them when they happened already? You know, Chase Edmonds.
That could turn into good value though.
Yeah,
with Drake, if he's all right.
Him later, if he slipped, yeah, for sure. What about Lamar? What about Lamar Jackson dealing with a groin injury?
Yeah, groin's tough, especially for him. It depends on the grade. What's the grade?
That Madden curse. I don't know, buddy. I don't want to get it.
Kev's superstitious. If you ain't seen this by now.
If you ain't seen it by now, you ain't never gonna see it.
Sunday morning, he gonna drink his orange juice. He gonna make his scrambled eggs, whatever he made last week.
Biscuits and gravy. Hey, you know, that's
the SOS. Hey,
shit on a shingle.
I know you won't make that breakfast again for that time I came to your house in Pinot.
Hey, he
That
fed
was
us
the
at
best
every
breakfast
day.
ever.
Hey, he
I'm
did,
0
bro.
for 2 on feeding my opponent. I'm 0 for 2.
Good. Got
All right.
some
Pancakes.
and was out.
What it was the day for Chappelle thing when he gave him the
Was it
pancakes?
pancakes?
All right.
Hey, he did
All right.
it.
Yeah, I
Only
think
difference.
so, bro.
All right. Only difference is I ended up beating JD in the playoffs, knocked him out that same year, but then I lost feeding this guy.
What'd you do after though?
What happened?
Hey, this is the thing though. This is why he be kind of, I ain't gonna say salty or nothing like that, but he feels some type of way because I done knocked him out of the offs 3 out of the 4 years. Last 4 years.
It's not been 3 years, that's for sure. You beat me in the ship, and maybe you beat me what other year? I don't remember. I feel like
A first round game, a
I
second
think
round
one
game.
time you beat me in the first. I don't know about a second. We didn't play the second. I can guarantee that. But I will say this: one thing you can't say is that I haven't given you your credit.
Yeah.
I've been doing it since you won. I can't take that from you.
The way you
I even encourage you. I even encourage you to talk shit to me about that. Anytime I say something, just mention that you beat me in the ship. I gotta stop. You what?
No, but I like to go back and forth sometimes. So
I do too. We can spar. We can spar together. Hey, what about Miles Sanders? With they keeping it kind of hush a little bit, we don't even know what's going on. I'm downgrading him too.
I hope that they keep, a lot of people feel your way too, because I'm high on Sanders. I ain't gonna lie, that's one of my guys. I got one sharing him, and if the opportunity is there to get him, I think I will go get him. You know what I mean? And I think that they're gonna sit him down. They sat him down since the shit happened. So as long as it ain't no tear or nothing like that, if it is a high ankle sprain, which usually takes about 4 to 5 weeks, just kick back, bro. We ain't,
That
we
was
already
a
seen what
joke,
you
bro.
can do, so
I
go
was
ahead.
just playing. Don't put the high ankle sprain on air. I was just
I
joking.
thought, no, my bad.
I throw
My
smoke up
bad.
here. I don't throw it to the
Okay.
viewers, but in the group chats, I throw some fake stories out there to get some. You know what I mean? Don't listen to the league for sure. Hey, well, look, let's jump into them
But nah,
sleepers, man. Let's jump into them sleepers. Who you got?
off top.
Give me one.
Shit. I got I go from the bottom to the top. My third one is Jack Doyle. As we know what Phillip Rivers brings to the table. Jack Doyle has produced highly with the great QP. Not no knock on my dog Brissett, you know what I mean? But Jack Doyle, here comes Phillip Rivers. We've seen what he does with Gates. We've seen what he did with Hunter Henry, you know what I mean? And coming off the 2019 season where Jack Doyle played all 16 games, he had 72 targets, which was 13th in the league. He had a 75% snap share at his position. That was 15th in the league. 3 deep targets. Well, he ain't pushing the ball down the field. But what I like was he had a 14.8 target share, which was 18th in the league at his position. Even though Ty was in and out the lineup last year, I don't even know who their second receiver was off the top last year. But so that shows that he kind of could be that main focus, and he has had an 80 reception year. You know what I mean? So with the 43 receptions that he brought to the table, 448 yards last year, which was 17th best, and he's getting yak, which 228 yards of yak. It was 14th in the league, man. I think Jack Doyle can get it done for you. I just did a mock this morning where he went undrafted. He's still on some of the waiver wire or, waiver wire pickup in some of the leagues that I'm in right now. So you can go get him, man. And I think he can bring value to your team.
If you a late tight end drafter like Kev, and you don't care about having one of the big guys, Doyle is good, a solid option.
Doyle, you can get in the late, you can get him probably the last pick of the draft if somebody ain't up on him and be happy about it later.
Sure. Right.
Everything. Well, we could stay at a tight end. I'll give you one, Jonnu Smith. 3 years under his belt on a run-first offense. That's always good for the tight end to me sometimes when the run is good. You know what I mean? 35 catches on 44 targets, 439 yards last year, 3 touchdowns. Delaney finally gone. And the big thing for me is that 82% of his targets came after Tannehill got in. You know what I mean? So we know with little playing opportunity in his career, he's had 2, 3, and 3 touchdowns all in his years, and that's with a little bit. So give him 5, 6 touchdowns, and you know what I mean. 6, close to 6, a little above 6, close to 700 yards. That'd be a great value pick, and that's the floor to me. You know what I mean. So the ceiling, you could just go a little bit higher. Jonnu Smith. I like him.
I like Johnny Smith too, for sure.
And he's going late too, you know what I mean? And that's the basis of this list is some of these guys you're gonna be able to get, late. You ain't got to invest too much in them, and if they boom, they gonna help your motherfucking team out a whole lot, bro. Off top.
They guys with high floors. I think Doyle and Jonnu are gonna be guys that have high floors. I think Jonnu gonna have Doyle gonna have a lot of red zone targets once they get in the red zone. Rivers, I think Jonnu will too, with the focus being on AJ Brown over there on the outside.
Hey, it's crazy.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's crazy too with the Colts because everybody just assumes they're just gonna run. But they've been talking a lot about how all the running backs have been catching a lot of passes at practice, and Phillip Rivers, they always gonna give you the good, but that's what it's kind of pointing up to me. We know they can run the ball. You know what I mean? It's that
right
dimension that'll make it to put a team over the top, and you don't sign Phillip Rivers if you're not trying to win the Super Bowl.
Right now. And to double back on what he was talking about with the red zone, just a stat that I blew over on Doyle. He had 6 red zone receptions, which was six of them, which was 20th in the league, bruh, and 4 TDs. With Phillip Rivers at maybe a better quarterback play, I don't know, hopefully it is. That definitely can go up, and he's being looked at in the red zone.
Yeah. Who you?
My sleeper, Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones will have a solid year this year. I think he's gonna be a guy who's gonna go later in drafts as far as quarterbacks go. Maybe some people are gonna reach on him, but I like him because he got the run factor. He had some really good games last year. He had 3-4 games over 100 passer rating. He had a 300-yard games. He had 2 4-touchdown games. He had a 5-touchdown game late in the season. He really started to pick it up late in the year. Then he got a little injury, finished the season off nice, and he played with a lot of backup receivers, like 3rd, 4th, and 5th receivers. If they can get, even one of their receivers back, if they can have Shepard back this year, the whole year, if they can have Tate do what he normally does, they signed Corey Coleman. They still got other dudes, Slayton. They got Slayton over there. They got Ingram over there. And, of course, they got Barkley. Like, the Giants low-key got some weapons over there. And I think and the Giants, that pick they made, everybody thought they was crazy for making that pick over Haskins. And I think they're going to end up winning with that pick. And Daniel Jones will have a solid year this year.
Danny Dimes, that's my guy. Everybody gave me shit about him, right? I was on the GMN network and the Run Boys talking about Danny Dimes. Everybody was laughing at me. It was only one person that agreed. Then here comes Matthew Berry. He got a show and he talk about Danny Dimes, my ride or die. I ain't saying he got it from me, but I've had that opinion before your favorites that I like Matthew Berry. You know what I mean? But just know Danny Dimes. And since you said that about his late games, he was at the end of the year. I don't know what the game stretch is, but he was like the number 5 quarterback.
Yeah.
Like he has weapons.
He brings rushing ability to the table.
Exactly. He probably going to get to that 40, 50 rushes threshold, which takes you to another level in fantasy.
Exactly. Especially if you're in a league like we're in that is 4 points for the passing touchdown, but 6 for the running. That extra 2 points come in handy. You know what I mean? Give me another one, JD.
Shit, I got Preston Williams, bruh. I know he played in 8 games last year, but 5 out of those 8 games he scored double-digit fantasy points, and he went up against Stephon Gilmore and oh man, I can't even think of the other corner right off the hand, but he put up double-digit points. Oh, it was my boy Byron Jones that's down in Miami now that he get to see in practice every day. You know what I mean? So Byron Jones and Stephon Gilmore, he posted double-digit fantasy points against 2 of the good corners in the league, and at only 8 games played, he had an 84% snap share, which was 35th in the league, 60 targets, even though that was 68th in the league, 14 deep targets. So he's able to go downfield and try and go get the ball. You know what I mean? He had a 21% target share, which was 31st in the league. 21%, bro. Only 8 games played. He only had 32 receptions, 428 yards. He's more of a possession guy because his yak was only 47 yards off of that 428 yards that he combined yardage, you know what I mean? So what he's going to do is he either possession, going deep, and coming down with the ball, getting tackled, however it was. But he had 3 TDs, you know what I mean? 2 of them was in one game, so he had a double-digit TD game, you know what I mean? So if you pan that out to a 16-game stretch, You know what I mean? Them numbers damn near, could be low end wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3. And I don't even think he was getting drafted that high last year and still ain't getting drafted high,
I
bruh.
don't think he got drafted last year.
Huh?
I don't think he got drafted.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And he was one of the, before Parker started balling, I think it was Preston you was hearing first, bruh. Parker might have benefited better when Preston went down.
I'm gonna say this: people draft both receivers on a lot of teams that you figure are gonna be throwing a lot, and there's nothing wrong with going to get Preston Williams and hoping he gives you the same value that Devontae Parker gives you at a later round. So
At a later round.
Yes, whether it's Fitzmagic or whether it's Tua.
Yeah,
He had the
quarterback proof, but don't bank it on that he is coming off an ACL that was less than about 10 months ago. You know what I mean? People come back and they are, you know what I mean? They are able to do it, but don't gamble your season on it. But like we said, it's a sleeper, so you should be able to. But he's getting a lot of hype, so you definitely gonna have to pick your spot depending on your team and its strengths for sure. I mean, we can go with another wide receiver. I got Anthony Miller. Man, shit, the David Montgomery makes me love Anthony Miller even more if they don't have a true running back. They don't sign one. You know what I mean? Year one as a rookie, 423 catches, 7 TDs. That was Trubisky's best year. You know what I mean? Last year, 52 catches, 656 yards, 2 touchdowns. He progressing every year. You know what I mean? And I'm just using those years that he played the most games. So with that, I just like him. You know what I mean? It's just he's a perfect. Gabriel's gone. That was a big part of his snap share and his volume share was Gabriel there. And after Gabriel was there, I think he averaged like 4 catches, 53 yards, but 6 targets. You know what I mean? The targets went up. So, I like Anthony Miller as a late round target for sure. He's one of my sleepers.
Yeah, I'm fucking with Anthony Miller, though. I think that offense has no choice but to go up. They were so horrific last year. What'd you say, big bro?
No, I was just agreeing. I'm saying, yeah, he's a second receiver over
there. Hell yeah.
And his ability is more with route running. He's not a speed guy. You know what I mean?
He's kind of Ridley-ish.
Mm-hmm. Possession receiver. Definitely like Anthony Miller. Who you got?
I'll stay with the receivers. I'm going to go Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk started off the season pretty hot. He had a couple 100-yard games. He had a 3 touchdown game. He had all his touchdowns in one game against Tampa in that shootout. But I think with Hopkins being there, that's going to help Christian Kirk even more. He's going to be the slot guy. He's going to be that receiver over the middle that's right in front of Kyler's face. Hopkins going to see the double teams, and that offense is going to be, they're going to be throwing a lot. They're going to be high-powered. They're going to be up and down the field scoring. He's going to be a target. He's going to be a target guy. He's going to be that possession receiver. His targets is going to be up there in the 8, 9, 10 range. I feel like I expect big things from Kirk this year. If he can stay on the field, he just got to play more games. He only missed 3, which was better than last year. He missed more than that last year, but I think he get third year receiver. You like him. You like the 3rd-year receiver, so I think he go.
I love the 3rd-year receivers. Season, you know what I mean? And then a lot of things I think about too with Arizona is, you could look at his stats and you could see that they're going to be improving because Kyler Murray's stats are going to improve. Last year, Kyler Murray was really inefficient. You know what I mean? He wasn't accurate. You know what I mean? But that comes with being a rookie, and he's scrambling as soon as he hiked the ball. The offensive line was, and we'll see how that goes. But players like Christian Kirk and still having Larry out there and add in DeAndre Hopkins, it's a perfect opportunity for Kirk. You know what I mean? And his yards were there, 709 yards, 3 TDs last year, only in 13 games. He just got to stay healthy.
Targets was up there. The percentage of him being on the field, like 97%. He on the field when he's playing. So the opportunities will be there for him to have a 1,000-yard season.
For sure. Well, you got JD.
So I started from 3-2, and here goes my last one. This is my super sleeper is Deontay Johnson, man. They've been kind of vague on what the fuck is going on with it, but hopefully it ain't too bad. But what a 66.9 snap share, that was 80th in the league. He had 92 targets, and we know the merry-go-round of quarterbacks that they had. He had 13 deep targets, which is 47th in the league. He's going downfield at 18.9 target share, which was 44th in the league, bruh. I think that was his second year last year. He brought to the table 59 receptions, 680 yards, 297 of that 680 was yak. So when he getting the ball, he running with it, bruh. We need that yards after the catch because, every 10 yards, you get another point added onto your thing, bruh. He had 4 red zone receptions and 5 TDs with a merry-go-round of quarterbacks. Here come Big Ben. The last time we seen Big Ben on the field, not the New England game, first week of the year where they got blew out. I'm talking about the year before that where the boy threw for 5,100 yards. Big Ben still got that capability, and we know how they homegrown. They every piece of talent that they got over there in Pittsburgh is homegrown. And so here it is coming into his second year, man. It's go time, bruh. And I think he's going to benefit from having Big Ben over there, a consistent quarterback that's going to be able to get him the ball. That's my number one sleeper right there. I've been talking about Deontay Johnson probably since July, bruh, on everything. End of June, going into July. For some reason, he popped out on me. I got to doing my homework. This my guy right here, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking Claypool more right now, bro. They've been on Claypool a lot. They say Big Ben been throwing. I mean, I don't want to get too high on what they're saying because they don't get a lot of coverage these days. But Big Ben has been known to be saying they've been throwing a lot to him. You know what I mean? Like he's been exceeding the expectations. They love him. So for a deep sleeper, Claypool is your guy. Deontay Johnson, number 2 receiver, you can't go wrong. The offense is going to be Big Ben feels great. His arm feels great. He said he just rests a little bit, keep going. You know what I mean? For sure. You got another one? Who you got, Kurt?
My number one sleeper is Kareem Hunt. I think Kareem Hunt goes crazy this year. I don't think it's any way this year that they use Kareem Hunt the same way that they used him last year. Like the quickest way you want to lose your job as a coach is not use, arguably the most talented running back on your roster. Like I know Nick Chubb is dope, and I know he raw and all that. And he led the league in rushing, but Kareem Hunt led the league in rushing the year before his last full season, and had more touchdowns, and had more catches, and had more receiving yards, and had more explosive plays, or maybe not more explosive plays because Chubb was out there. But Kareem Hunt is just a monster, and I think a lot of people forget that he's running. He's doing dual shit at camp. He's running with the running backs, and he's running with the wide receivers right now at camp. So that's a problem. I see the little smirk in your face because you didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? You've been on me. You've been on me about Kareem Hunt.
I was actually texting, bro. My fault. I apologize.
You've already been all. No,
I said imagine drafting Kareem Hunt as your second running back in Dynasty, bro. That's what I said.
In PPR league, this is for PPR purposes. He finished the season with 10 targets a game. So they were trying to get him the ball. Like Baker was trying to get him the ball. If anything, Baker was throwing him the ball. His carries got to go up this year. I feel like they're going to be in some type of timeshare. And I think Kareem Hunt, my bold prediction for the year is Kareem Hunt outscores Nick Chubb this year. That's my, that's my bold prediction for the year.
That's I don't know about that one. That's bold. I mean, that's why it's called bold prediction.
That's my hot take. My hot take, man.
Is it because of injury or because they on the same amount of time on the field and everything like that?
I think it's more like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're a coach, you know what I'm saying? I coach a different sport. I coach baseball though. But if I got 2 shortstops that's raw, they both playing, we gonna have to figure it out. The dope one ain't just gonna be sitting on the bench and play every now and then. That don't make no sense to me.
Yeah.
So
sure.
You know what I'm saying? You got talent. Figure a way.
That's that A-Rod, Derek Jeter situation when A-Rod came to the Yankees the first year. They didn't know what was going to happen.
Exactly.
Was he going, he's manned up and took to the hot corner over there.
But
you know what I mean?
when you got
A-Rod because they play the same position.
See, my thing though, right, is my thing is that it's like a 50-50 because you got to factor in, does that mean him and Nick Chubb are going to be splitting the opportunities? So that affects both of them in a negative way. So from a fantasy perspective, I'm drafting Kareem Hunt in that spot where I already got my other shit solidified as far as running back, and I can grab him as my 3rd or 4th running back, not my second, is my argument against you and what you did. But overall, I think he's a safe person to grab in the later rounds in redraft leagues, which is what we talk about. And so for sure, I'm with you.
In your redraft leagues, your flex play, I like running backs as my flex play.
Yeah.
And so your flex play gonna be in the timeshare anyways, most likely. You're running back in the flex play, so that's not a problem. In some cases, your RB2, if you got Mozart as your RB2, which a lot of people gonna be comfortable with in their RB2 or they flex, he in a timeshare. You don't know what that's gonna be.
Yeah.
So.
That's why I traded him for a first. You know what I mean?
I see you working.
But you got to understand though that if you go back to previous shows that we have done, y'all will see how high. I'm the one that traded for Mostert in the Dynasty League for a first round pick. I said that I would love to have Mostert as my third best player on my team. That's how high on him. I see the potential that he's going to bring at 5 yards per carry. They didn't get him in until the end of the season.
Hey, I think the sky's the limit. I say Mostert is like a 95 Honda with 30,000 miles. He fresh. He been around the home.
No, he the 95 Honda that with no miles.
With 30,000. No
you said I think. Okay. I didn't know.
30,000. He's fresh. He got a lot of tread left on those tires. You know what I mean? I'm with it. I like Mostert. I'm just.
Who better?
I like McKinnon too, though. A deep sleeper. Since we still talking about sleepers, if McKinnon can get on that field, bruh. He does what the boy you just said, Hunt. He can come. Bruh. He's a jack of all trades, bruh.
In San Francisco. But so if Kareem Hunt went to Frisco right now, who would be the best running back?
Shit, the nigga Hunt.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Need to go get him. Fuck it. Hey, look, because he. I'll give you my top sleeper. It was Christian Kirk, even though he's not a sleeper, but he is a sleeper because he's getting undervalued right now. But another player that's getting undervalued is Sterling Shepard to me. I think everyone's drafting Slayton higher than Sterling Shepard, even though Slayton got that connection with Danny Dimes. But I mean, Shepard, when healthy, I'm only gonna go off his 2 years that he played all games or less than 2 to 3. Rookie year, 65 catches, 683, 8 TDs. 2018, 66 catches, 872 yards, 4 TDs. Last year, he had 57 catches, 576 yards, 3 TDs in 10 games. So, in that offense with a whole bunch of weapons, he's that possession receiver guy. He's that big play. He's that Golden Tate, a younger Golden Tate. You know what I mean? And I think that, man, is where you can get him at. Probably not after this show, you know what I mean? In our leagues, we got a draft coming up, but where you can get him at is late. And he's and another stat before I say he posted wide receiver 2 numbers better than 40% of his games, according to Fantasy Pros. Come on, bro. 40% of your games hurt.
Slayton the fourth receiver on the depth chart. So I don't know why
they're drafting Slayton high from those TD dependent games he had. Now I don't got her taking the flyer on him, but I'm drafting Sterling Shepard way before that.
On the depth chart right now, Slayton.
You know what I mean? So those my sleepers right now. We could definitely come give y'all some more sleepers as the last week of camp busts down after we get into some of these other segments we're gonna do. But we're gonna keep bringing y'all content. You know what I mean? Anything y'all want to say on the way out?
I did this shit on my lunch break, y'all. That's how dedicated we is to this Heart2Start shit. You see me in my motherfucking uniform, man. On my mama. That's what I do, man. This is what we do, bruh. If you ain't seen the dedication we dropping every fucking week, sometimes we dropping twice a week, man. And we putting it together, man, for y'all, bruh. Tap in, man. And we highly appreciate y'all tapping in too, though, bruh.
Yes.
Yes, sir.